So, a new teaser trailer for Marvel's The Suicide Squad. Marvel's Thunderbolts has been released. But let's be honest, it's pretty much the Suicide Squad. And I'm not mad at it, actually. I think they've assembled a really good group of kind of misfits and characters who would otherwise be lost to the ether of Marvel. So I'm glad that they were able to find an outlet for them, especially because I'm a big fan of all of the actors behind this, particularly Florence Pugh. Florence Pugh, I am so glad that they decided to make her the lead of this film, because if they would have just have thrown her in the supporting cast, she would have stolen the film anyway. She's done it in Black Widow. She did it in Hawkeye. So I'm glad that they recognize how unbelievably talented and just perfect. She is perfect in this role. I love this character of Yelena Belova. And I'm glad that she's getting a movie where she is very much front and center. But there are other cast members here. You got David Harbour, who returns. A lot of Black Widow characters are being pulled into this Thunderbolts film, which makes it feel a little bit like a semi-sequel to Black Widow. Aside from Jelena and David Harbour, Rachel Weisz is supposedly coming back. You got Taskmaster from that film. And so it very much does feel like a continuation, which makes sense because they're trying to flesh out Yelena Belova's character, and who better do that than her family from Black Widow, where she was first introduced. So that all makes sense. It's also kind of a semi-sequel to Falcon and Winter Soldier, which was later turned into Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Now we do have a Captain America 4 coming out, but Bucky has seemed to take in a different road, not appearing in that film, but appearing in Thunderbolts. And I really like the idea of Bucky and Yelena Belova in a movie together. In the comic books, obviously, there is a relationship between Natasha and Bucky. So with, Florence Pugh being essentially the new Black Widow of the MCU, potentially we might see that storyline come apart. They do have matching haircuts in this movie, so I don't know if that's like a couples thing or not, but could be very interesting. And I think fans would kind of eat it up, because you know what? If Bucky and Cap can be together, then might as well be with Yelena Belova. That's not too shabby at all. So now getting back to the teaser trailer, it very much follows Yelena Belova, but you also see that there is some mysterious force that somehow landed all of our Thunderbolts cast members, our Thunderbolts team, together. There's some sort of mission, something happening, and they're kind of trying to figure out what it is. Clearly, Julia Louis-Dreyfus's character of Val is probably behind it. She's definitely the Nick Fury of this, dark Avengers, possibly Thunderbolts team. And I will be honest, out of all of the MCU surprises that I have seen throughout the last over a decade, nothing made me more excited than the introduction of Julia Louis-Dreyfus. When she first appeared in Falcon and Winter Soldier as Val, I audibly screamed. Something that I'm a fairly reserved person, so I'm very glad that her role is expanding, and I want to see more of her. It did help that I had just watched Veep for the first time. That's a little bit of a side note, but anyway, I love this character. And I love her corner of the MCU, the much more grounded, political espionage. That feels a lot more tangible. The stakes feel higher for some reason, so I'm very excited for Thunderbolts for that regard. But we do have some new characters, such as Bob. I know, Bob, very intimidating, but he's actually quite an important character. This was a role that was originally supposed to be Stephen Ewan before he had to drop out for, probably scheduling issues. But we do see Lewis Pullman in this role, who was in Top Gun Maverick, who was recently nominated for an Emmy for Lessons in Chemistry. So I'm fairly certain that this character is in good hands. But we see him here, not in his full form, because I'm assuming they're saving that at least for the final trailer, if not for the movie itself. But Sentry is a character that is very powerful in the Marvel canon. He also has, I believe, split personality, which makes him very dangerous, because with his power set alone, that's enough of a threat. But the fact that he can be both hero and villain, based on the personality that's kind of inhabiting him, that's a really interesting concept, and really plays into the whole Thunderbolts theme of, anti-heroes, where a lot of the roster are both heroes and villains, sometimes at the same time, sometimes whenever their interest wherever their interest lies better. So I do think that that's a very interesting idea, and I hope that they do a good job with it. The team behind Beef is, very much part of the creative force behind this film, and so I think that they are very good at dealing with complex, complicated relationships, and for that, it gives me a little bit of faith in the movie. But yeah, Thunderbolts, the trailer, you learn surprisingly little that you didn't already know. And while I wish there was a little bit more action. I do think that the poster that they came out with looks amazing. A lot of the shots of the team together look really good. So I'm bullish on this. I am optimistic, carefully optimistic. But I don't. Yeah, this is just a teaser trailer, very long teaser trailer, but I think it gave me a lot more confidence in the material. Those were my thoughts on the Thunderbolts teaser trailer. What did you think? Are you excited for this movie? If so, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe because I will be posting a lot more Marvel and movie related content soon.